Hey there, Stampers, and welcome to another Step It Up video. I'm going to move rather quickly today because these aren't hard cards, but there's a lot of little details. I started this time, let me show them to you first. I'm going scatterbrained here. This is the Step 1 card, and this is Step 2, and this is Step 3. I started with this card, and this is the one I like, and I had to go up and back, and this is still the one that I like the most. I had no creativity, so I used the pattern paper instead of a stamped image to inspire me, and it was a quick card to put together, but I think it's really pretty too. So I wanted to do something different for the Step 1, so let's go ahead and get started. The Step 1 is just the standard 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card base, and this is the Greenhouse Gala. On all 3 steps there is a early espresso mat and then the Greenhouse Gala printed paper. All 3 start the exact same way, just oriented different. And then on this one I just took a piece of the big flower print. I added the poly stitch ribbon, just kind of a third of the way up. And then I used the extra large decorative label punch, and I punched 2 in early espresso and 1 in white. And then I sort of created just a little mat by placing the 2 off center on the white, and it makes a little mat. I stamped using occasional quotes. I used the "sometimes you just need to know," but you could use anything there. And that was it. That card. Oh, and I did add a little brad detail. I thought something needed to balance out. There needed something in this corner to balance out this big label. So I did a little thing using my matte pack to do the. You could actually just poke the holes and that would be fine, but I did add the brads. So that's the Step 1, and then the Step 2 card, the one I really like. Not that I don't like them all, but you know, get a preference for what you like. You start the exact same way with the Pear Pizzazz, the early espresso, the Greenhouse Gala printed piece, and then instead of just using the printed paper, I matted it in the early espresso. This is a really quick card, and I used Oval to print Fabulous Friends, and I put a little blue. I pulled all 3 colors together. Then I used the scallop oval punch, and I did one in early espresso. And then to make a mat on this one, I cut out the center portion. Here's what it looks like. And I just cut out that center scallop, and then I put a little dab of adhesive down just to create that little edge. And you'll see at the corner over here at the edge, it's missing a scallop, but you don't really notice it so much on the card because you're going to place it all on this Pear Pizzazz, same size, but you're making it much smaller, so there's a little just a little bit of a mat. So anyway, you don't really see that missing part in the brown, and I think it gives it a nice little. And then I took the early espresso satin ribbon, and I want to show you this really quickly. My new favorite thing to do. I used to really fuss with my bows a lot. Not so much anymore. I'm doing the rabbit ear bow, which means you just make 2 loops. Not to fight with your ribbon, just go the way it goes. And then put it in the hole. Rabbit ear, go in the hole. And then you just pull. And what I like about this is it makes a perfect bow every time. And it makes a bow, you know how when you do it the other way, one side is really good and the other side isn't? Well, depending on how you want your bow to sit, that's a great side and that's a great side. So depending on where you want this loop to go, you can use either side. Really easy, and then you just fuss with it to get the size of the bow that you want. and it's perfect. So I put that down, and then I just added the little oval sentiment. I think that's a quick card. It's lovely. I know I say lovely a lot, but you know, it's great for almost any occasion. That could be a birthday card. It could be, you know, thinking of you. It could be get well. It could be, you know, Mother's Day. It could be a lot of things. So that's step 2. And step 3, what I did with this one, started with the same base, the pear, the early espresso, the printed paper. Then I took a matte, and I went a little crazy with the colors here, but I took a piece of this Baja Breeze, but it's from the Elegant Soiree pack. And then I just made a very thin matte with white, cut this, and then I cut this down, and I'll put all the dimensions on the video in text. And then I ran it through the square lattice embossing folder. I don't know if you can see that. And then instead of just leaving it as it is, I took another piece of this greenhouse gala with the flowers on it, and I cut out a flower. And what's nice about this particular image, all of them you can see that they have already a mat there, and it's an uneven border. It's not a perfectly spaced thing, so cutting it out is no big deal, and if it's imperfect, it's supposed to be. And then for that same reason, I was able to do a early espresso mat. It's a very thin one, and I just put the flower down and cut around it because it is a border that's irregular. It worked perfectly for this. So that was and I just added the ribbon like I did on the other card and layered it, and I did pop up the flower on dimensionals. You can see it. So it's a really sweet card. Can be used for everything and anything. And I hope you found this helpful. This is the step 1, step 2, and step 3. Have a great day, and thanks for stopping by.